Hello everyone and welcome to this video all about fun things to do in Oslo, Norway. We'll be going on a boat and swimming in a fjord, so come along for the journey, but first let's start with a room tour. So we've just arrived at our hotel. It's called Bob W Sentralen and it's like a 5-minute walk from the train station and it is the cutest little thing. Firstly, they sent me this really long WhatsApp message yesterday all about like how to get into the room because you don't have a key card, there's no one at reception, everything's just done in an app on your phone. It's so cool and high tech, but this is really cute. So the room itself is kind of small. There's Toby, but it's really cute. They've left us a named message, which is so cute. Like it's actually written out to us, which I love. And we've got the little desk area with lots of teas and coffees and some biscuits. And then this is the double bed, very nice. But over here, they've got a Instax camera that you can use, and then people have put the pictures of them on the board. This is so freaking cute. They've left a tote bag that you can use. There's chargers. I'm not sure what this is. Oh, this is the yoga mat because you can do yoga here as well. This is just the cutest little thing. Honestly, Bob W rocks. He's got several other locations in different cities and I'm not gonna lie, I want to go stay at all of them. This has been a great experience and we haven't even slept here yet. There's also a mirror and a TV, and we worked out we can keep the tote bag because there's a little sign on it that says take it or leave it. And this is the bathroom. It's a very nice bathroom, I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, and then the shower is here. But now let's go and do the first activity. Just behind me is the fjord cruise that we're doing this morning. It's a 1.5 hour tour down to the Oslo Fjord and I'm very excited. We booked this on Get Your Guide and I think it was about £29. So let's go see a fjord. This is fancy. And we're off. So on the left is the Opera House. You can actually walk to the top of it and we're going to do that after this cruise, so when we come back. And then on the right is the Munch Museum, which is the art museum, which we're going to go and do tomorrow. So we've just done the cruise, which was really nice and beautiful weather for it. But now we're going to go and walk up to the top of the Opera House, which is free to do. So why not do it while you're here in Oslo? So there are two ways you can get to the top of the Opera House. One is up the slope, which is what we're doing, which is more accessible because there's no steps. And then on the other side of the Opera House, there are steps if you want a bit of an easier climb. It is warm. Who would have thought coming to Norway in September would be the place where you would get some sun? And this is the view you get at the top of the Opera House. One of the things I noticed whilst walking around Oslo was that there's a lot of sculptures and statues everywhere. It was lovely to actually walk around and see pieces of art in the park. So I highly recommend just walking around and finding things to look at. So it's about midday and we've come to Cafe Cathedral, which I've seen on the trusty Find Me Gluten Free app, which I love to use when I travel. and I already know what I'm having because I've seen it on the menu and people on the app have already said it's amazing. But if you want to see what we have and see my reaction to it, you're going to have to go watch the other video because I'm going to try and film what I eat as a gluten-free person here in Oslo. Whilst we were having lunch, we could actually hear some music being played and it was becoming louder and louder as it came closer and closer. And it turns out that the police in Oslo were actually doing a march down in the streets, all with musical instruments, and they were making music and it was very cool to listen to and witness. So because it's such a nice day, we've actually decided we're going to go to the beach. Who would have thought it going to the beach in Norway? But when we did our little boat cruise this morning, you can download an app that is like an audio guide. And on it, they mentioned about how there's a couple of beaches on some of the smaller islands. And so we're going to go investigate because it's such a lovely day. And we already have our swimwear with us because we are doing something else tomorrow, which is so exciting. I'm not going to lie. So we're going to go see if we can go swim in the fjord, which is going to be so cool. So we're now in the area called Aker, which is quite trendy. There's lots of things happening. There's loads of people, lots of restaurants and cafes, and another part of the harbour just over here as well. And this is where we get the ferry. And I think from what I read online, it's about a 15-minute ferry ride to the island. And honestly, I can't wait to dip in the water. It is warm. This is how long the ferry queue is. So that's fun. So as you saw, the ferry entrance was a bit of a nightmare. Like it was really hot and really long queues. But basically you can get the B1 or B2 ferry to the island that we want to go to. And you have to book a ticket on the Ruter app, which is their like local transport. So this is the island that you come to if you want to go to the beach in Oslo. So we've made it to Hovedøya, which is the little island where you can come to. I think there's like a museum on this island as well, but we're going straight to the beach, which I think, I'm not going to lie, everyone else is doing as well. You might be able to see behind me, there's lots of green spaces here, and and in the audio guide that we listened to on the cruise, they said that there's a certain part on this island that like you're not allowed to go to because it's like protected for all the greenery and the nature that it has on it. But yeah, we are just now walking to the beach. Interestingly enough, most people went up that way, which might be towards where like you can like walk around the island, but we're following the sign to the beach because I want to go to the beach. It's very pretty. Guys, never in my life did I ever think I'd be sat on a beach in Oslo in Norway. This is incredible. We're about to go swim in a fjord. I'm so freaking excited. I would show you, but obviously there's lots of kids around and stuff, and it's just not really appropriate. But if I can get some clips closer to the water, I will. I'm in heaven. This is what the weekends are made for. I'm currently stood in a fjord. Look at this, look. My feet are in there. I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty dirty. There's lots of seaweed around, but this is like bucket list stuff, I'm not gonna lie. This is like when I was in Lake Como, I absolutely loved it. And it reminds me of that. And I'm gonna go swimming. This is just incredible. I can't believe that we're just sat on a beach in Oslo. This is just like insane to me. And we went swimming in a fjord. I didn't get any footage of it because we were both swimming in it. But it did happen. And it was really cool. And also a little bit cold. Like the shallow bit where you're just kind of walking into it, fine. Warm even. But as soon as you go a bit further out and it's like up to your belly button, it gets cold. And you take a bit of time to get used to it, and then you go straight under with all your shoulders, and then it's very cold. But it was something that I'd done, ticked it off my bucket list. I swam in a fjord. It was cool. And then it was time to hop on the ferry back to the mainland and head back to our hotel so we can freshen up for dinner and drinks in the evening. We've changed and we're off for dinner. I booked a restaurant. It's an Italian place literally next to the station called Olivia something. I'll leave it in the description. Let's go get some food. It's been such a lovely day. I still can't believe we went for a swim. Love that. So we've come to a place called Salt, which we saw on the cruise. So it's like right on the waterfront. It's kind of giving like Flatiron Square vibes or Vinegar Yard at London Bridge. So it's like that kind of outdoor drinks outside vibe. However, it has just started to pour it down with rain. So we're currently sat under a small amount of shelter. Crazy because it's been so warm today. But in the restaurant that we were just at, which was very nice, our waiter, who is also from London, which was quite funny, was saying that the weather like today isn't normal and it's usually raining and wet. So I guess the nice weather is now gone. But it's not meant to rain tomorrow. It's meant to just be kind of grey. So we'll see how we get on. But it is coming down. So good luck to us getting back to the hotel. Good morning everyone, welcome to day 2 of our Oslo adventure. We are up bright and early on a Sunday morning because we have got something special booked and I'll show you when we get there. We're here by Kok, which is K-O-K, because we are going to do a floating sauna, which is so Norwegian, and I'm very excited about it. And basically you get an hour and a half in a shared sauna group. I think it's either 8 or 10 people, can't remember. And then, yeah, you get to go in a sauna and then jump in the fjord.
Okay. How beautiful. The sound of the bells as well, so nice.
So we just finished at the sauna and oh my gosh, it was so good. My camera actually looks a bit smudged, probably from all the fog in the sauna itself. But we're feeling so refreshed, our skin feels great. And we were with like such lovely people. There was one girl by herself, Natalie, she was so lovely. And then there was a group of 3, a husband, a wife and their friend. And it was so nice. Everyone was friendly. Highly recommend doing a Kok sauna in Oslo if you ever visit. So to get to the Munch Museum, you walk past the back of the opera house and it turns out that they provide guided tours of the backstage area. As someone who loves theatre, I was sad that we didn't find out about this sooner, but it costs about £10 for an adult, but if you're under 30 you only have to pay about £6, which is great, and the tour lasts about 50 minutes. So I'm stood outside the Munch Museum because we are about to go inside and see the famous Scream Face painting which is on display here, and it was about £20 for a ticket, so let's go see some art. Whilst we were visiting the museum, they had a special exhibition on, which was a collaboration with Norwegian hip-hop artist Arif. You even get to see him and his team creating live music in a booth, which was pretty cool to witness. And this exhibit runs until December 1st. And that is the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please do give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you want to watch more travel related content like this. Don't forget to watch my what I ate whilst I was in Oslo video, and I'll see you for the next one. Bye.